We're going to understand perfection of perception, which is what spirituality entails, what it involves, what it is. It's a place beyond dreams and visions, but it's not beyond the wisdom and the understanding of the sage, which is the wise one, which is the spiritual one, which is you. We who have been touched of that mystic purity and beauty and kindness of God. And all of us are aware that though we may experience these unimaginable visions, thoughts and dreams through most of every day, at the same time we're in a world of turmoil, trouble, anger, violence, on every level of perception. Today we'll discuss how to arrive at a place beyond thought and experience of this world. Begins by knowing that this will end. This is a mistaken perception. It happened somewhere in eternity. There is an infinite God that all of us who are spiritual are aware of. And all the thought forms that create this world, it's not real. That's why I say thought forms, because they're irrelevant to spirituality, to the mystic experience. But that doesn't help us in our day-to-day experience through here, because of the great travail of it, the great agony of it, to see so many in pain, confusion, the horrors of the material world. So there is an infinite God, an infinite presence that we who are spiritual know and adore and worship and are part of. And then there is this seeming world. I call it seeming world. That's in all the mystic literature and so forth. It's an apparition that somehow appeared in eternity. If you're spiritual, I always do this disclaimer from God, of God, that when you feel and experience endless universes of divine presence, which is what the mystic life involves us in, and then you can understand that this just happened. And it's bad, and it's evil, and it's unnecessary. So today we're going to discuss how we get to that place beyond this mistake, how we confront it, end it, and remove it from the vision, from the experience, from the thought of all who are spiritual. And then the abundance of spiritual presence will once more be ours, and the universe will be pure again. I say pure again laughingly because the mystic experience is infinite, however we want to imagine that word. It's infinite. So this one little thing again is not God's, it just happened. We're aware of infinite universes, and this thing, this Satan, Lucifer, whatever created this thing, they call it a lost, fallen angel, it's a nothingness, but it happened. You get your home absolutely cleaned and cleared, and the grounds, and somehow there's a little touch of dust in a corner somewhere, and that's what this world is. So we're going to clean that up today through wisdom, understanding, perception, prayer, and sanctifying and giving ourselves to the lives of the decent people we know in this world. As a spiritual person, I've certainly experienced all the loves of my life, and that's my teachers, my mom, my family, my sister Marlena, my other sisters, and my brother James, and even though there are just a few of us left, we're here in the quiet, the mystic quiet, the purity of perception, at the foothills of the holy mountain. And yet God grants us access to the holy mountain. Can you imagine such a thing? We begin this journey of understanding, of wisdom, and of battle with very dark forces. Because when we're in body, we're kind of available to the dark force that tries to keep everyone else off balance. So the meditative process, the spiritual process, the many gifts that we have take us beyond the everyday, into that thoughtless, pure, wondrous place, beyond heaven, beyond dreams or visions, where our Father and our God resides. In Tibet there's a mountain, Everest is called Chungalungma, which means Mother Goddess of the world. So when I first saw Everest and so forth, you get that, if you're spiritual, you have that vision of not a mountain, but something holy. Do you understand? My friends didn't want to climb the mountain, they just wanted to look, to be near, to bathe in the presence of something beyond all the travail of this world, the endless indecency. Back to our point though, somewhere in the near future, this will not be this mistake, this touch of dust in a corner somewhere. You are a good person, a kind person, a true, spiritual. You've been set up to be guilty about this or that or the other from the beginning, haven't you? Made a mistake, got to do this better, got to learn such and such. You need not learn. You need to step away quietly and remember who and what you are, and understand why you are. And that's to clean up the whole neighborhood. It's our neighborhood we're cleaning up, the present world and perception. These words make sense to the spiritually minded, to others perhaps not. So in deep prayer and reflection, we contemplate the holy mountain. And after a moment or two in that place, beyond all visions, we'll find God Himself contemplating us. We're one vision, one place, timeless, pure, holy, and intact. And that is the real you. And you subjugated yourself, allowed yourself to be here to that aperture called birth, to the human world, which is hell. This is hell. All the pain and trauma and horrors of the world are that, again, that mistake in eternity that has nothing to do with God. It somehow happened. And again, when you experience God, these endless, infinite visitations, you'll understand that this place is a thought form. The whole world, everything in it. All the world is stage. And if we understand that this puppeteer show that is before us is not real, it's all thought form, then quietly in our meditation, our prayer, and our understanding and our vision, if we look at it without a hairline of recognition, except that we're aware, it will flee from you. It's fear-based. Everything, whether it's nuclear science or history, archaeology, whatever. It never was. It never is. It could not be. In Sanskrit, they called it Maya or Mara. In other words, that's the emotions, the whole sense of the world being real. And I've certainly met yogis in the mountains there, Dehradun and way up north too, that lived alone in the woods and wouldn't look at people, They would just, when there was a reason to be near people, and just go right, they weren't even here. Do you understand? There are mystic lives all around us. I know my mom had that, my dad had that, even though he was a cop and very serious and very hard. And of course it killed him because he was living a life against his nature. And the moment he was gone, he left, it was, we disappeared into each other, and it doesn't matter that he was here or not. Except he still watches over all of us, 6 kids, but whether they're here or not. And that's the way with our Father God. And we are part of God's fingertips in this world. My teacher, Kathleen Judge, she's passed. So many friends. And all that are spiritual are here in this openness, this pure land, this kindly place. We purify our vision through the practice of meditation, prayer, reflection, contemplation, deep resolve. And we move ourselves back into the quiet. And from there we see Him. We literally become Him forever as He becomes us. This world and all of its tragedy are not such a big deal when we believe. And then we know. And then we live beyond ourselves, beyond our perception. And yes, it's a horror show being here. And that's why the resolve has to be so complete and deep and permanent. Meditation, prayer, reflection, contemplation. There are so many spiritual enhancement techniques. I know my friend Rosamond French, she taught everyone how to be absolutely quiet and aware, to help people, to listen, to be there. And she's passed, but now she's the same person, like my dad, my teacher, Jesus Christ, Gautama Buddha. All the great sages and saints, they're here with us. Greg's mom and dad. We're all here together. And for we who are mystical, are mystics, we're already in the promised land. That's why spiritual people throughout time and the ages have stepped apart from the everyday world to be alone with Him. It's not a weakness or a sadness or strangeness. They become our father and mother. They protect us, the mystics, by residing in the Pure Land, where God is, where the real you is, now and forever. We'll overcome this perception of there being a material world in the very near future. We clarify the doors of perception, and everything is infinite, divine and holy. Everything is you. Your perception is eternal. And stepping back into that will require a lot of deep thought and understanding and wisdom how to use the different gifts that will appear day in and day out around you. And you'll overcome the entire world. It's in perception it were not, I would not be so confident. I would do my duty in another way. But the fulfillment of all prayer and hope and dream and need for those around us to be healed is in the understanding that we are already one with God. This thing, the world need not be, it happened. And if we give it nothing in perception, like my friend Rosenberg taught us, and teaches millions, it's, don't react to it. Psychologically, emotionally, in your heart, in your soul, you can be very quiet and address people, as I've done for many years, in the quiet, and allow them to expand upon or all their tragedies of life and be heard and acknowledged, and they let it go. And one step beyond that is simply to reside in the quiet evermore. To know you are the quiet. And this force that creates the seeming perception of a world will dissipate into thin air because it never was. Again, somehow this infinitesimal particle of dust called Satan or whatever, it is like a bug. It's give it nothing. Don't be afraid of your perception at all. And you'll be shocked how deep and powerful your meditation will become. Thank you. Thank you.